Man, how did you get in this content shit, man? I feel like this is more harder than being a rapper. I feel like you can put some whack ass verses together and get off quicker than you can be a podcaster.
Yeah, I think to be a rapper, all it takes is some bars and you know the right people. They'll fuck around and put you on.
Yeah.
You too can be Blueface or Young Jock. But what got me in content, just talking shit on Snapchat. Like the dude who produced this podcast originally, he approached me like, "Hey man, you should do a podcast." And I was familiar with podcasting through Tariq Nasheed, but as far as like, I just figured it was too expensive, so I never really pursued the shit. So once he pretty much walked me into everything, I've been podcasting ever since. It was at 2009, or no, 2019.
God damn, you been in here for a little skip.
Yeah, I got like 4 years in.
Yeah, damn. You know what I mean? It's hard to find motherfucking guests, man. It's like asking a nigga for a ride to the store. That's how hard it is find a guest. Like this shit is real difficult to, you know what I mean, for this fucking grind. I don't understand it.
Especially a quality guest.
Yeah.
Cause I just had this conversation with one of my partners who has a show. And it's
Mhm.
like, you ever get them rappers in your DM, like the little local dudes? It's like, hey man, I really love your show. You should interview me. And it's like, nigga, I got more followers than you. I don't think we gonna do that.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. That shit's crazy.
Dog, like like
And-
them struggle interviews are difficult. Like the reason I do my show solo with no guests is because like it's hard to catch somebody who I feel like talking to.
Mhm.
A lot of people they don't know how to have that back and forth. So I'll be like, man, fuck it, I'm just gonna do this by myself.
But the shit is like so difficult. It'd be like I had some shit where I'm like, damn, why did I set this shit up? Like, like I'd rather talk to my baby mom for hours than this.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to though. Like literally, like get your homeboys who talk that shit and just be like, hey man, you gotta do the show again, homie. I had a homegirl who did that. Her friends who she didn't plan on being podcasters, they just became permanent on the show because she needed somebody to talk to. And every time she had a guest, they'd be trying to smash.
Damn.
Yeah. She was like, every time I have a nigga on this show, they only trying to, do the whole little, yeah, I don't know. I have a problem every time I pull it out, bitches just start squirting and falling out. So she like, okay, nigga, this ain't that. So she just started getting her homegirls, and now she got a 4-woman show.
Yeah, like why even try to do some sliding like that?
Man, like I know, niggas will use any avenue that a woman allows them to use, whether it's a DM, a podcast. Cause I was asking her, like, are these niggas even podcasters? Like, why do they? She said, because I have podcasts in my bio. So they like, oh, you got a show, let me be on the show. And then they try to shoot they shot through the damn microphone.
God, oh my.
Yeah. It never worked. It's always a terrible listen. I'm like, you need to just stop doing that altogether.
Like I never got into no maybe because I'm, you know what I mean, I'm off the market, but like I never even seen like that shit. I'm trying to this network, nigga. I ain't trying to get no network. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That trust me, it's a whole lot of that. Like podcasting is the more you network, the more you get associated with these people, the more it turn into like high school. Like you got the popular crowd, you got the outcasts, you got the pretty girls, you got the weird people. Like it's all over the place, dog. Like shit, podcasting, I ain't gonna front. Podcasting fuck my marriage up. I ain't gonna bullshit you.
Damn,
Yeah, that's why I'm separated now, cause
damn.
the pretty girls like I, I wasn't even trying, dog. That's the scary part. I'm like, man, I'm not even fucking answering these DMs, but just the fact that
Damn.
they was coming, dog, it was enough for her to be like, nah, my nigga, you better off in them streets.
Well, let's talk about this now. You mentioned the streets, man. You know what I mean? I'm only like a perk, 3 perks. I'm 30, about to be 31. But I'm seeing, you know what I mean, from the older crowds, I had a lot of old heads and shit like that. You know what I mean, was 40 plus and shit like this. The new age young bull is soft as Sherman. We got young boys like Drake out here. Don't want to swabble. Don't even ask for a fade. Them niggas, they might cry. You know what I mean? If they don't got that blicky, they ain't worth shit.
Rappers raised them, dog. It's not a lot of fathers in houses no more.
Man, I seen somebody witness a nigga get grabbed up by a old nigga, and he said, "Man, I didn't know you was that strong." Like, I'm not letting nobody grab me the fuck up.
These niggas, they wasn't raised like us, like doing push-ups and shit like that. Like, it's a different generation out here, dog. And a lot of it is, like shit, these same old heads, like you gotta ask them, like, nigga, do you have a son? Are you raising him? Cause some of these niggas literally, dog, like ask the average nigga, he don't have no type of relationship with his daddy. Most
Mm,
suck ass niggas I know, they don't got no relationship with their daddy.
mm,
Or no old niggas in general. That's literally my show is like the old head show. Like
mm.
I hope young niggas listen to my show because I'm trying to get them niggas the advice that I wish I got when I was their age.
And a lot of them think it's like it's not too late for you. You know what I mean? It ain't too late for you to get out the matrix, nigga.
Yeah, nigga, you can still go do some push-ups, take a couple boxing classes or some shit.
Not even that, get a job, nigga.
That too. But I'm just saying, it's a lot of shit that, like I was explaining to one of my little cousins, like, nigga, y'all didn't play like, I don't know what y'all call it where y'all from, but like, football outside, like smear the queer, or that's what we call it. You throw the ball up and whoever catch it, you try to tackle them.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all, like, young niggas wasn't playing games like that. Like,
Nah.
y'all niggas didn't play fight. Y'all niggas just woke up, played PlayStation till you fell asleep. You didn't go outside at
Right.
all.
Like the crazy shit for me is niggas really sit around the corner and just flat box. Like, nigga, who goes around and sit at the corner just to slap box and
That's
smoking
the
a black and mild?
that's
Who,
the
who does
only
shit like that?
masculinity they got in their life, dog. That's
It
it.
like and
The
the
homies.
crazy shit is though, like the bum nigga. That's why I got Jody right there in my graphic. The bum nigga is king now. The bum nigga and the shooter. Like, they the most respected nigga in the hood out of all the niggas. The
And the
bum
thing
nigga
is, it don't
and the
even
shooter.
last. Like I tell people this shit all the time. Like, I'm 40 years old.
Yeah.
So like when I was in high school, the nigga who was doing all that, he either in jail, dead, or smoked out. They never last. They got about 5 good years on the street if they lucky.
Them niggas are running backs. Them niggas are running backs.
Yeah, exactly. After that run is over, trust me, they won't be around long. Like I tell my cousin, man, it's the tortoise and the hare. Like a lot of those old parables, they real shit. Like, if you just get your money, get your little job and just sustain, like, dog, by the time you 30, all the hoes gonna be left for you. Cause all the niggas
That's,
they was chasing after gonna be dead in jail, locked up, fucked up, smoked out. You gonna be the prize. You gonna be the grand champion out here.
and that's
No
what niggas.
felonies. That's
That's beautiful right there. Niggas don't understand. That's a beautiful thing right there.
Yeah, you be surprised how easy life get when you ain't got no felonies.
Oh my god. This
No
is
kids at 14 and shit, nigga. You not a 15-year-old father like a lot of them street niggas is, cause them little young niggas, they be stupid out here. They be getting all that pussy raw. Niggas be 17 with a baby.
that shit real life though, man. That shit definitely is real life. Niggas don't know how to take it serious, man, till it's too late, man. That's why I
Yeah,
told that's why I tell nigga, man, don't wait till it's too late. You be 35 trying to get a job. Your social security ain't gonna be shit.
I'm telling you, dog. I get a lot of pussy off just having one baby mama. You'd be surprised how much that shit is a stat to a woman. Like one, that's it. Like yeah, man, my ex-wife, wife, you married somebody? Please take the pussy here. I'll leave it with you. I'll leave.
Yo, yeah, that shit. Niggas do look at you weird when you don't got no just one kid and or a couple kids with all the same person. Like you
And
like,
you
yeah.
ain't never been to prison? Never? Not once? Nah, man, never been locked up, dog. And that's the thing. Like, the streets are glorified by people who've never lived in them. The
Mm-hmm.
streets are glorified by people who've never survived. Like
Mm-hmm.
people who have actually done it and been there and like had the experiences, the streets ain't cool. Like me personally, as a street nigga, I don't push it to nobody because I've done it. And I got a lot of dead homies. I got a lot of homies in prison. None of
Mm-hmm.
that shit seems glorious. Like one of my homeboys was explaining to me, like, I don't see how these niggas make prison sound like it's cool when every time you get a visitor, you gotta crack your booty cheeks open.
And you know what I mean? And we seen this shit where this shit is so this shit taps in your brain. It's like a tapeworm. It takes over your brain. You see when these niggas come out, some niggas cannot they can't even get back into the you know what I mean general population, this regular society. These niggas can't
Yeah,
survive, man. These niggas still taking showers with shorts on, hooping
yeah,
shorts on. Nigga,
yeah.
you only one in that place. Why
Like
the fuck
nigga,
you still
what,
wearing hooping shorts?
why you getting my tub with Crocs on? Shower shoes and shit like that. Like, like I said, dog, like it's just better off to not do it. Like that's literally what I use my platform for. Like, dude, skip the streets. Because for a lot of us, it's a stepping stone. Like for me, it was a stepping stone, but it's a stepping stone that I'd be a lot farther if I didn't step on that stepping stone.
And that's why I try to, you know what I mean, try to embrace my daughter and take my time with my daughter and you know be sure what's the proper steps to be a man, you know what I mean, how a man's supposed to treat a woman. Um, I take that time because you don't want her to fall on Jody.
Yeah,
Like
dog.
like Jody is gonna keep on putting kids in her and you know what I mean, and you gonna have to be the daddy. You know what I mean? We gotta break that cycle of that shit, man.
Yeah, if you
Grandfathers and grandmas being the parents. Like
if
that shit crazy.
if you don't tell your daughter how beautiful she is, somebody at her school gonna get some pussy for telling her.
Yeah.
Anything you don't do, the next little nigga gonna be able to do, and he gonna get that pussy. It's your job to be a very hard act to follow. The reason I spoil my daughter with time is because I don't want her to be impressed by shit. You gonna have
Mm.
to be a cold motherfucker to get some pussy from my daughter. Cause she is spoiled. So she's used to a certain level of treatment. And if you can't match that, nigga, you's not getting no pussy from my daughter. That's what I feel like our job is as a father. Keep your baby off the pole and make sure ain't no little nigga finna get no pussy from your daughter from a simple compliment or buying her a fucking pair of Harachis or some shit.
Damn, Ross, that's crazy right there. Like an $80 shoe. That shit
Exactly.
crazy. That shit crazy. That shit is crazy, man.
Man, you be surprised, man. The shit that a woman to give you some pussy for. I could tell you, I could tell your daddy wasn't around. All I had to do was tell you was pretty and open the door. Damn. You over here butt naked on my bed for a compliment. Damn. Started with a DM.
Like,
I could
that
tell you,
shit
I could tell your daddy wasn't around.
that shit crazy right there.
Yeah, dude. I could tell who daddy was around and who wasn't just by how quickly they get a pussy up.
Damn. So what do you think is like this is a good interesting topic right here. Like my saying is like after like the fourth date or like a month, like if I don't get the pussy, I'm bored. And I was single.
That's a good time, dog. Because and especially, it depends on who she is, what her situation is, what she look like, and all of that type of shit. Cause some women, they not even worth a month. Like some motherfuckers like, nigga, you are not worth all of this effort. I'm cool. You go find you somebody who's on the level of waiting for that shit. I'm not. I'm cool. But some women, the anticipation be so great, you be like, shit, I'll wait. I'll wait it out. I'm gonna do my thing and earn it. But
My
it's
boy Eric
levels
G,
to this
what's
shit.
up?
What's going on, Eric?
I
But
feel like, man, what's going on with the market, man? The pussy market, though. I be hearing my homeboys, man. I feel like this social media pump these bitches up so much, man. It's like every of them feel like they Victoria's Secret models. Bitch, you got dimples, it look like you got shot in the back. Like, why do you feel like the social media game fucked the market up? I feel like it fucked the market up.
it gave people the illusion of having options. Like
Mm-hmm.
because they got a whole lot of followers and a lot of people in they DM and a lot of people comment, they feel like it's a lot of people that's interested. They
Mm-hmm.
not interested, they just horny. It will it
Mm-hmm.
will it will be like if a woman went to the club every night.
Mm-hmm.
Cause when the bitch be in the club and she got a little mini skirt on, ass hanging out, she
Mm-hmm.
gonna get a whole lot of attention. But throughout the rest of the week, she's regular fucking degular. When you see her in her work uniform, you
Order
don't
up.
care about her. When you see her minding her business, you don't care about her. But like
Mm-hmm.
social media now, you get to see what she look like when she on her best behavior, makeup done. Social media is like you showing your best of your best every single day. We don't see you with your hair all matted up without your eyelashes and makeup on and shit. We don't
Mm-hmm.
see that version. We only see the tip top. So niggas be thirsty as a motherfucker. So these women, they think they dime pieces because I see some chicks that nobody ever called you beautiful until you got an Instagram profile. And now you think you
Mm.
motherfucking Beyonce. So that's what fucked it up. A lot of women getting their head blown up by niggas on the internet lying to them.
Like that's like a lot, like a lot. Like
Yeah,
it be like the saddest shit where you know what I mean. Oh, a bitch would tell you, "Hey, yo, oh Drake follows me. I know I gotta be the hot shit, bitch.
red
You
flag.
just
Like literally, like if a woman got too many followers, that shit is a red flag to me. Like I'm disengaged. Like if we let's hypothetically say like if we on a date and you pick your phone up to play on Instagram, the date is over.
mm,
Like I'm immediately off you. Like if I check your profile and I see that like this is what consumes your life, because there was a woman that I was dating that I literally never could take serious because she had like 65,000 followers on Twitter.
mm,
And just throughout the time of us chilling, she be checking her Twitter, posting on Twitter like I ain't even there and shit.
mm-hmm,
I'm like, yeah, we ain't doing this. And she was bad too, but like I said, like you a good 8.5, 9, but social media got you thinking you a 18.5. Like you
damn,
think you a
a
whole
Shaq tennis
celebrity.
shoe, a Shaq tennis shoe. You said the
Yeah,
bitch was
exactly. Because the thing is, like women with a lot of followers, just by default, they gonna get some celebrity followers. Like some famous person is gonna be like, oh damn, she got a fat ass, or dude, ooh, she always got her titties out. So you gonna get some like D-level celebrities, some local blue checks hitting you up and shit. I don't know, fucking Hitman Sammy Sam and shit. Like
mm-hmm.
you gonna get some rappers from the 90s. So it's like they think they popping because some rapper from back in the day is in their DM. It's like, do your thing. I'm just not finna do that shit.
Like I'm all for it. I'm like I used to be real crazy where I already put it out there on the table. I'm like, yo, I'll bless you with $80. I don't want the headache. I'll bless you with a couple dollars. Because I can see it would end well. I like the Section 8 bras back in my day. I like to have like a stable Section 8 bride. I know her rent probably $25.
That's the best ones to go after. Like low expectations are a green flag. Not even like saying a woman with low self-esteem, but like a woman who just is cool with me as a person, just being me, I could fuck with that. But if you get to asking me too many questions about what I make and what type of lifestyle I have, nah. Why you need to know all that?
Like I don't like understand what a motherfucker want to like. And it'd be some unrealistic shit. Like, bitch, will ask you, you know what I mean? You got $80,000 in your bank account, bitch. Why would I be on this website if I had it?
Yeah, anybody asking questions like that definitely is begging. Those are beggar questions. Uh, once you ask me a beggar question, I'm leaving you the fuck alone. You know, once you start asking like what type of restaurant are we going to, and oh, we only going to this restaurant? Like,
Mm-hmm.
are you here for the food or you here for me? Like this restaurant
Ooh.
has good food. So if good food ain't enough, it gotta be expensive food. I know you ain't the one for me.
But the pay for play, like Gilbert Arenas said this shit, the craziest shit. Like I love his podcast. I think his
Shout
shit
out to
called
No Chill Gil.
No Chill. I think it was the No Chill Guild podcast.
The No
Just saying
Chill
about some.
podcast.
Yeah, he was talking about. He said, man, the lady asked him. He said, why? She said, why are you not married? He said, the women attracted to me, they're gonna ask for too much and expect too much, and they don't got nothing to bring to the table. Why would I do that to myself? What value do you bring? Because I'm gonna have to buy you a car. I'm gonna have to do this, blah blah blah. He said, I'd rather pay for it. And a lot of rich people are comfortable just find a bitch out and leave it right there.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's like this. When you at that income level, your risk factor is way higher than us.
Mm-hmm.
Like we stand to lose 80, $90. You know, like whatever the meal costs, we might take the L on the meal. But you know, like even in marriage, like with a lot of us, it's like, okay, the worst case scenario for a dude at my income level is literally, damn, we got a divorce. She's keeping the house. I might end up on some child support, but I'll survive. A nigga like Gilbert Arenas that has $100 million, that's a $50 million loss for some pussy.
Mm.
Like, dude, I could go and hit the baddest prostitute on the planet for say $500 for a night. And that's, you know, that's the type of money he probably eat that shit for lunch. Like $500 is probably a brunch for him. So he like, shit, I can give you this little chump change and hit a bitch that look like Kim Kardashian, or I could sit up here and try to hope this woman falls in true love with me, knowing I got $100 million. Like, nigga, you know, when you a multi-millionaire, women, they know that shit. So it's like you can never gauge whether a woman really likes you or not. So shit, if I was rich like that, marriage wouldn't even be it wouldn't even be an option for me.
Mm. Like,
Unless she rich too. Shit.
and you know what I mean? I hate the game of the social media too. Like you see this shit where like the blast game is everything. Like that shit childish to me. You blasting a nigga. Like, oh, I got my man. You say you want to jump on.
What it do?
What's
What
the
it do,
dizzle?
man? Man, I was on my Facebook phone on the phone, and it's a good convo, man. It's a good convo.
But
You know what I mean? This is my boy Jordan Lucas. This is Jordan Lucas' little brother right here.
Oh man, I got my boy comment on the comment right here, man.
God damn,
The
man.
bald head, man.
But man, but you had some interesting stuff. You talked about your struggles with dating in
Yeah,
2023.
that was on the last show, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean. You was talking about how it's all about the meals and bitches just scamming for a free meal.
Yeah, I mean that's true, man. I mean it's true, bro. I mean, I think like Uncle, you said like earlier that you know bitches ain't popular so they get a follower on Instagram. Like perfect example, the girl that threw her bra on stage with Drake, man. I mean, like, yeah, she's attractive, but like the face, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and since Drake, you know, he's a popular dude, you know, popular artist. You know, she's on a podcast. I think she has a kid and everything now, or she has a kid even before this happened. But how she blew up, now now people want to bone her. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Her
You know,
price went up, dog.
you can't fall asleep on a butterface, so they dangerous.
Well, the thing is, we all know butterfaces are the best because they
They
know
are
that
the
they
best.
ugly, so they not finna ask for too much, and they have everything that actually matters when it
Hmm.
counts. So that's dope. But a woman with popularity, hell no, red flag. And you know, when it comes to the free meal chicks, that's why I have a limit on what I'm spending on
yeah,
first dates. Like I'm not finna take the L. If you get a free meal out of me, it's gonna be Fridays, Applebee's, Chili's.
it's
You
true.
not
It's
finna
true.
get a $200 steak out of me.
Nah,
Like
no.
we can work our way up to that if I'm fucking, but I'm not finna be doing that just to hope. Oh, maybe this one, maybe this time. Like that shit
Mhm.
gonna get cheaper and cheaper. We're gonna work our way down. So we might start at the Cheesecake Factory. And if we go 3 or 4 days, bitch, we meeting at Burger King.
So I guess on your first date, like, are you taking it to like Applebee's or Chili's? Like,
Yeah.
something basic.
First date, if
First
she's
couple of dates.
if she's pretty, like let's just say, because like I'm not. If you busted and disgusted, meet me at the house. Get a bottle. Bring some, bring some
Facts.
weed, bring a blunt or something. Like, we're not
Facts.
doing all that. But if
Mm.
she's pretty, she dressed nice, she got a lot going on, she seemed like a nice chick. We could probably do like the Cheesecake Factory or something like that, like, $30-$40 a plate type shit. I probably spend about 100, maybe even two, depending on who she is. But like I said, after that, if I don't feel a sexual chemistry,
My man said, "What's the limit?"
the limit $200.
Woo, that's too high for me right there. I'm glad I'm
Well,
off the mark.
But like, put it this way, it depends on the chick though. Like this
yeah,
is it's levels to this shit.
yeah, it really is.
The reason I'm saying 200 is because he said the limit. So I mean, if I'm spending 200, this is a dime piece. Like if I'm spending 200, it's because I'm like, you know what, I might see a future with this chick. But if I'm
Mm,
literally just trying to fuck, oh no, meet me in Starbucks.
damn,
Yeah,
a
to answer to
refresher,
Jalen, the
a
answer to Jalen's
refresher.
question, huh? Oh, no, the answer to Jalen's question, for me, that depends on like where you go too. Because like for me, like my first date might be different than how you say Dolomite. That's how
Dolomite.
Dolomite. So his first date might be different than mine. So I'm more like interactive. So I like going to Top Golf, maybe something fun, bowling. I know I'm in Jersey, so there's a place called Supercharged. So it's like a go kart place. So I mean, that's like 50 there at that place. I mean, Top Golf. I mean, for two people, it's like at least like 50. You can eat, do things, but I think it depends on like the where you go. I mean, if you go to a dinner, my limit is probably like 180. No, I'm saying 80 to 100, not 180 or 80 to 100 on the or maybe even 50. But I'm a Dolomite, man. I'm taking that girl to Chick-fil-A or freaking Doba or Chipotle, man. Like,
Yeah, they
but
got good food.
I told Rod that I've taken a girl to Hibachi a couple times and it was all right. But that's
You know the best
Yeah, that's
spot
that shit.
though. The
That's
best.
hibachi will hit you for like
oh
200.
yeah.
You take a woman to fucking Benihana's, that shit will hit you for about you be 200 down if you take a woman to Benihana, dog.
Plus,
Nah, I'm not.
plus, the
That's
plus
why.
sushi, drinks.
That's why I like that Corey Holcomb when he said this. A woman with the struggle face and struggling.
That's what I'm
PF
saying. You,
PF Chang. That's like Root Chris to them.
no, yeah, you going to
Olive
PF
Garden.
Fridays.
Oh my man.
Olive
If
Garden.
if you got it, no, you got
Ruby
to struggle. You got
Tuesdays.
no
I thought you
struggle
had it.
face Chili's.
And you in the West Coast though, Dolomite, right?
Yeah,
So you can take a motherfucker to a food truck out there, and it probably
that's what
tastes
I'm
like a
saying. I
five
take
star.
it to a good ass hamburger stand. We got some real good Mexican food out here. Like, get you a
Mhm.
fucking burrito this damn big for like $15. Like,
I mean, that's facts. Yeah.
I do some shit like that. Cause where y'all at?
So I'm in Jersey, and they're like New York. So like, I mean, there's more clubs
Better
and
take
shit.
her ass for a fucking slice of pizza, chopped
I mean,
cheese or
that's
some shit.
yeah, you ain't lying, bro.
Go get
Yeah,
her ass a damn meat patty or something from the Jamaican joint. But
Yeah.
like that's usually like my thing. Like depending on what area you in, like tips that I give, man, take her somewhere that got some good ass food. Fuck expensive food. Like, oh no, I know this place, they got some good ass food. So it might not be expensive. Most places with the best food be a fucking hole in the wall with some motherfuckers that don't speak English. Take her to some shit like that. Like put her up on a good ass restaurant. Fuck trying to go to, the steakhouse and all that shit.
Yeah.
Cause some of these women literally not worth that. Like some women, you might take their ass there and they order fucking chicken nuggets because they ain't even been exposed to that type of shit.
yeah, they can't read the menu. A lot of them can't read the menu.
Exactly. And you
A
don't
lot
want
of
to go
them.
to a place that don't have a price on the menu because you might end up patting your damn pockets.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I might end up getting a steak and potatoes, and girl might get a quesadilla.
She gonna be like, what is it? What is that calamari? What is that?
I'm like,
Yeah, she
hey,
gonna be like,
that's.
what is the fillet mignon? Let me get that one.
But
He
Jalen,
said,
what's
I'm
your
a,
limit in the comments? I wonder what his limit is. He's the one that
yeah,
asked
yeah,
us.
yeah. What is your limit, Jalen?
So
Like
what's your limit, Rob? What's your limit?
I'm married now, so
Because like
it's no
Well,
you
what
limit.
said,
would be your limit
well,
hypothetically?
yeah.
Like
Hold on,
I
I'm
was a
tripping.
I was a mean PF Chang nigga. You know what I mean? I go to like a sushi bar or something really like something light. You know what I mean? But I
But
tried this new
what's the
shit.
price on a fucking PF chain? Because I ain't never ate there before. But
I
Benny
haven't been in a
Hanna's will
They're
hit
while.
you
like
for a nice
it's
chunk
probably like 110 maybe something like that.
per plate or the whole day.
Like the whole day probably you get
Okay,
like
so
40.
about 50, 55 a plate. You probably get a drink or two.
But when I was going wild though, when I was going wild and when I was money back ride, I used to take them to that what's that shit called? Where you pull the card up and you flip it with the
Oh,
steakhouse.
a
Gravity
Florida
Child.
chow? Florida
Yeah,
chow?
I
Oh,
used
I
to
went there
try.
for my birthday. This was crazy, bro.
Oh,
Fuck.
yeah, that
Get
must
on
be
the
some
lamb
East Coast
chops.
shit.
Get
Non-stop
on the
meat.
lamb chops. Get on the lamb chops you want.
Non-stop meats. Pause, man.
Damn, that's
Get,
dope.
No,
get,
literally, like you have a red and green card, and the green card is like they'll give you like chicken wings, but they're nice and hot and fresh. And then if you're eating, you'll flip it over to red. Then green, they give you like lamb chop.
Damn, see, like I said, like shit like that, like
But
you
that runs you a buck though. You know what I'm
and
saying?
see that's what I'm saying. Like you do shit like that for a woman that you like.
The love,
This is gonna be a
the
relationship
one. Yeah.
possibly. Like you don't do that shit because you think it's gonna get you some pussy. I say that all the time. If you're gonna buy some pussy, just buy the pussy. Don't try to buy the pussy through a restaurant.
Yeah.
If you just gonna cash her out on some pussy, just give her $200 and say, "Hey man, what you gonna do for this 200? I just give it to you right now." Because going through the restaurant, trust me, you're gonna be 200 out. You're gonna get a hug and you're gonna have blue balls. So don't
That
even play
is
yourself.
that's facts.
but
If
the
all you want is some coochie, keep that shit brief. Get you a nice little Fridays on a special, Buffalo Wild Wings or some shit like that, dog.
Yeah,
like $100.
Jalen has a point. I mean, definitely depending on how the long night is. I mean, usually if it's like a light dinner, like Chili's or a local spot, if it goes well, I might take her. If it's a hot out, I might take her to get some ice cream.
A
Something
cool
cool.
thing to do on some real shit, especially like if you really, really want to get the pussy, take her like